She spent 3 weeks locked inside a bathroom, not because anyone put her there, because a man she trusted told her that terrorists would kill her if she opened the door. The terrorists never existed. The threat was completely made up. She believed every word. This is not a story about a weak person. This is a story about how one lie placed at exactly the right moment can imprison a brilliant mind for years. It was 1993 at a small agricultural college in rural England, the kind of place where everyone knows everyone and a new face stands out immediately. Adam was the barman at the campus pub. He was confident, magnetic, and always seemed to know things other people didn't. Students liked him. He had a quality that is hard to describe but easy to feel. He made you feel chosen when he talked to you. Daniel was 19 years old, studying agriculture, living his best life. He had no reason to be suspicious of a friendly barman. Nobody did. One evening, Adam pulled Daniel aside. His voice dropped low. His eyes scanned the room before he spoke. He told Daniel he wasn't just a barman. He said he was an undercover agent for the British intelligence service, embedded at the college to monitor terrorist activity. And then he said something that changed everything. He told Daniel that because Daniel now knew who he really was, Daniel had become a target too. Think about that moment. You are 19 years old. A man you respect tells you that your life might be in danger because of who he is. What do? You don't call the police. You don't walk away. You listen, because the person telling you about the danger is also offering you the protection. That is exactly where Adam needed Daniel to be. 2 of Daniel's friends, Sarah and Lisa, were brought into the secret shortly after. 3 young students, now connected by a shared threat they couldn't verify and couldn't ignore. The red flags were already there. Adam asked them to keep his identity completely secret, told them not to mention any of this to their families, and explained that the less people knew, the safer everyone would be. Each of those requests sounds reasonable in isolation. Together, they were the first bricks of a prison. Months passed and the story grew. Adam told them the operation had been compromised. Terrorists had identified him, and now, because Daniel, Sarah, and Lisa had seen his face, they were targets too. They had to disappear immediately. They left college, their families, and everything they had worked to build. Adam explained this was the only way to stay alive. He told them the government would protect them, but only if they followed his instructions exactly. For years, these 3 young people lived in rotating apartments, taking low-paying jobs and handing almost every penny to Adam. The money went toward their protection, their safety, their survival. While they scraped by in cold, dirty flats, Adam was staying in nice hotels, driving luxury cars, wearing designer clothes. He told them that was necessary, part of his cover. Sarah once described waiting in a bathroom for 3 weeks because Adam told her that enemy agents were closing in and she could not be seen. She did not leave. She waited because in her mind, leaving meant death. That is not weakness. That is what manufactured fear does to a human brain. Adam was also skilled at something even more dangerous than lying. He was skilled at making his victims doubt their own instincts. When Sarah began questioning his stories, he told her that doubt itself was a loyalty test. He said the intelligence service needed to know she could be trusted under pressure, and that if she truly trusted him, she would stop asking questions. This is called a loyalty trap. Any question you ask becomes proof that you are the problem. He also kept each victim completely separated from the others. None of them knew how many people Adam was controlling at the same time. Each one believed they were special, the only person he truly trusted. Meanwhile, Adam expanded his operation. He met new women, ran the same script each time, and extracted money, time, and identity from all of them. By the time police started building a case, at least 8 people had been caught inside his system. 8 lives running in parallel, none of them knowing the others existed. Caroline was a lawyer. She met Adam in the early 2000s. She was educated, trained professionally to spot inconsistencies, and not easily impressed. Adam charmed her the same way he charmed everyone else. The same sense of urgency, the same manufactured trust. She gave him money, significant amounts, but something kept bothering her. Small things that didn't add up, dates that shifted slightly, details that changed between conversations. A good lawyer notices those things. The stories that had seemed so urgent, so real, so solid began showing cracks when she held them up to the light. She didn't confront him directly. She was smarter than that. Instead, she started keeping track. She began quietly documenting everything he said and spoke to investigators. She learned that American authorities had already flagged Adam in connection with a young woman who had been so thoroughly controlled that American law classified her situation as a kidnapping. That classification opened formal cooperation between American federal investigators and British police. Investigators had been connecting the dots for years, tracing victims across different cities, different years, different countries. Adam had no idea the net was already closing around him. In 2003, Adam walked into a major London airport expecting to collect money from what he believed was a new contact. The contact was an undercover agent. Adam was arrested on the spot. For him, the game was finally over. For his victims, the real work was just beginning. Some of them had spent nearly a decade underground, following orders from a made-up enemy. The threat being fake did not immediately make the fear go away. That is what long-term psychological control does to a person. It does not just change what you believe, it changes how you experience reality itself. In 2005, Adam was convicted on multiple counts of theft and financial fraud. A judge sentenced him to life in prison. For a brief moment, it felt like the system had worked. 2 years later, an appeals court overturned the kidnapping convictions. The reasoning was this: because no victim had been physically restrained, the crime did not technically qualify as kidnap under existing law. The court acknowledged the harm. Then it freed the man who caused it. He was released around 2009. At least one of his victims is believed to have returned to his influence even after everything came out in open court. Justice came, and then quietly, it fell short. Adam never needed a weapon. He needed one thing: to become the only person standing between his victims and the danger he invented himself. This is called the protector paradox. When someone creates a threat and then positions themselves as the only solution, leaving becomes impossible. Not because of locks or chains, but because walking away means facing the monster alone. Every loyalty test Adam invented replaced the victim's judgment with his approval. Over time, his victims stopped trusting their own instincts entirely. That is how intelligent, educated people end up obeying someone for years without ever questioning it. There are patterns you can watch for in your own life. Someone who introduces a crisis and its solution at the same time is often the source of both. Any relationship where asking honest questions is treated as personal betrayal deserves a hard, serious look. And if you find yourself gradually disconnected from everyone who knew you before a certain person arrived, that distance was not accidental. The most dangerous cage has no bars. It is built entirely out of beliefs you think are your own. If you recognized any of these patterns in your own life or in someone close to you, you are not alone. Subscribe. The manipulation tactics most people never notice are exactly what we cover here every week.